We now have our latest typhoon in the Western Pacific. This is Typhoon Saola, also known as Goring, in the Philippines. And this storm system continuing to linger off of the northeast coast of Luzon. Definitely going to be a rainmaker. And the track, very important. It's kind of an unusual track, so we're going to break it down here for you. Right now, though, the good news. Let's start off with that. The core of the winds, the worst of the weather, is staying offshore. That's in that center of circulation right in here. We're starting to see kind of an eye wall develop here on satellite imagery. We still have plenty of inflow back towards the west, but at least the worst of the weather is staying off there towards the east. Despite that, Signal Force 1 has been issued across the Batanes Islands, eastern areas of Cagayan, and eastern Isabela. Basically, those locations east of the Sierra Madre Mountains. You can see here on our Futurecast how that rainfall just kind of runs right into the mountains, sheltering the Cagayan Valley from the worst of the weather. With this, though, it is expected to intensify 165 kilometers per hour, even pushing up to 175, nearing 200 kilometers per hour as our storm system kind of goes towards the south, loops back around towards the east, and drifts back towards the north. Now, it's this point, late week, or actually mid next week, that we have a lot of questions. Is this going to turn west, run over the Batanes Islands? Could it move towards Taiwan, or maybe even into the southern Japanese islands? You can see from the different agencies, this being Taiwan, the furthest towards the south. Then you have HKO, JMA, even JTWC, kind of pulling it further towards the north, towards Taiwan, and maybe even the southern Japanese islands eventually. The good news is that all the agencies do agree on this kind of little loop-de-loop, keeping it off of the northeast coast of Luzon, with JTWC showing you the extent of the tropical storm strength winds, with the worst of that weather staying towards the east as well. But keep in mind, the cone of air still have a bit of uncertainty in this futurecast here. But yeah, there's the core of those typhoon strength winds just towards the east of places like Isabela. See Iligan here. We're still going to see the showers, still going to see some thunderstorms, kind of have that instability popping up with those passing rain bands. But the good news, this kind of loops around and kicks back there towards the north, away from Luzon and the Philippines just in general. But could be an impact for the Batanes Islands, as I mentioned, just because it could very well loop back around. Why is it doing this, by the way? You kind of have a high pressure ridge towards north. You have this trough set up behind our other storm system well back here towards the east developing, and that is pulling it south. But once it gets away from that grasp, it's going to want to turn north towards a passing trough coming in out of eastern China. While all of this is going on, too, we have that monsoonal inflow, which is going to trigger up some heavy showers for places like Mindoro, where you can see upwards of 500 to 600 millimeters. Manila as well, passing scattered showers there for you. And yeah, it's just going to be this river of moisture set up as we watch our storm move on towards the north. Now, I'm not concentrating too much on Taiwan right now, just because we have these initial impacts from the storm, but I do want to let you know, let's keep a very, very close eye on it, because this could be a big rainmaker out there in the mountains. Speaking of a big rainmaker, though, how about closer to the Philippines? As I mentioned, on the west coast, we have that enhanced Habagat advisory here from our severe, now a typhoon. Those heavy rains continuing to flow in from the west, and that's going to be definitely the big issue over the upcoming days for our western seaboards, where, to be quite honest, is the bulk of the population. All right, so if you need to evacuate, make sure you do all these things. Bring your emergency kits. Don't forget the pets. Don't just think of yourself. So maybe check on your neighbors. Make sure everybody is good to go if this storm system does decide to drift west. Right now, it looks like it's going to stay off towards the east, but we always want to be smart. We want to be safe out there. I don't just say it at the end of every update. Really, truly mean it. Let's make sure we do the right things here. All right, still have that inflow back towards the west. See all these showers here on the flyover, the Cagayan Valley. Yeah, it's going to be a close call, but heavy, heavy on the eastern seaboards. All right, if you like these updates, I know a lot of you do. I'm never going to put the stuff behind a paywall, but you could check out our Patreon. The link is down below. And we have new stuff coming in. We tested it, so check out our last video update on our YouTube channel, where we're doing it in Tagalog. It's not me, my better half, but yeah, I'm here. We're working through it, and hopefully it can be a new product if you guys do like it. Let's get some positive feedback on it. Anyways, that's all for today. As always, thanks for watching. The number one thing, of course, is please, friends, stay safe out there. Have a good day.